Afternoon, good evening, good morning to you wherever you are listening to this podcast. Welcome to another Antigua Parish League podcast. This edition we tagged showcasing sports and local skills. And this evening we'll be showcasing two of our local artisans, which I'll introduce to you in a moment. But before we do so, I want to recognize our platinum sponsors, and they are as follows. Antigua Commercial Bank. Antigua Commercial Bank has been partnering with Antigua Parish League for over 40 years. That's over 4 decades. So we are asking you for all your banking and financial needs to stop in and visit them today. For all your medical and pharmaceutical needs, is Seeker Pharmacy. Seeker Pharmacy, your one-stop vitality store to keep the body in a healthy and vibrant state. They are located at the corner of High and Temple Street. And last but not least, Plumbing Electrical Limited, with a wide assortment of plumbing and electrical fittings. Whether your needs are retail or wholesale, Plumbing Electrical Limited has the quantity and quality to meet your expectation. And they are located in the Potters and Herberts community. Well, welcome again. I'm your host, Trevor Simple Simon, and this evening we have two special guests that will be showcasing their local products made right here in Antigua. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you Miss Blossom Matthew. Blossom, welcome.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me.
And Jashawn.
Jamal.
Jamal Philip.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Welcome. Blossom, introduce yourself to the public. Give a little bit about your background, and before we get into your product, just let them know who you are. And I'll ask you to do the same, Jamal, in a minute.
Sure, no problem.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Blossom Matthew. I am here this evening to showcase one of my new ventures. About myself, I am a teacher from primary school level. I enjoy working with children and the public overall, and I have a niche within the kitchen. So this is one of the reasons why I'm here this evening.
Thank you. And Jamal?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jamal Philip. I'll just say that I'm young. I'll just say that I'm young. I'll leave it as that. I'm young, and I've been running a business for the past, since 2018, and if you do the math, you'll know how long that is. I'm not really a mathematician, but I've been operating since 2018, and some of the services I render, it's apicultural and mechanical services, but today I'll be showcasing some of my skincare products, which is another group under which I am trying to operate at this present moment as well too. Everything here produced is all local. Everything comes from what I do, so I know where everything is coming from.
Thank you, Jamal. But Blossom, I knew you in another capacity, as you say. I knew you as a teacher when I visited St. Nicholas School.
Yes.
Where did you find time to produce all these wonderful products that had been displayed now?
I'm actually always in the kitchen.
Okay.
I love the kitchen. Quite a while back, I was creating mini jams
Okay.
back then. But as I said, of late, I am back into the kitchen. As this young gentleman said earlier, yes, you used the word young. I'm going to keep it. He sees me often in the morning selling fruits up in All Saints.
Okay,
Yes,
I think I
bakery.
passed you there morning,
Yes.
between the bakery and the shower shop.
And,
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
after that,
Okay. Good. That's true.
the same young man here has discovered that people
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Egg fruit. I need to learn about that. Mhm. Okay. Interesting. So where would you source that? The egg fruit? From here? Interesting. Okay, depends on where it's grown. Interesting. Egg fruit. I have to go and research that. Passion fruit chutney. So tell the public about the passion fruit chutney. I mean, it's such a wide variety of products. We'll be toggling back and forth with between you and Jamal. So tell us a little bit more about the passion fruit chutney. Aware.
To ensure that you still have that nice sweet passion fruit flavor, but then that lovely kick that just follows right after.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes really well with seafood in particular.
Okay.
Yes, and I know this is a big discussion, but pineapple.
Pineapple.
Yeah, pineapple and the passion fruit chutney for some reason
Goes well together.
Never had that.
Interesting.
just little things.
It's a learning experience. We'll come back to you on some of these other products. But Jamal,
Hi.
let's hear about this special product that you've been producing.
Well,
I
I've
know
been
folks like to know that you're talking about skincare and lip balm. So
I've been a beekeeper for about 8 to 10 years now. I dabbled between 2010 between those areas. I wasn't really sure. So somewhere after that, I got into beekeeping. So I was removing hives, and every time you remove hives, yes, you get a little honey, but then you're left with some of the beeswax that's left over. So I'm left there with buckets on top of buckets of beeswax, and I'm just wondering, what am I going to do with it? Right? I realized one or two persons would start saying, "Hey, you have beeswax," and I'm like,
folks have
Yeah,
been
I do.
inquiring
right?
about beeswax.
So I like, okay, here, take the beeswax. Go ahead. But then I'm realizing, oh, so they're taking the beeswax, they're refining it, and they're selling it at $25 a pound. And I'm like,
What?
how can I tap into this now? So it's not necessarily that I'm selling the beeswax, but then during the COVID endeavor, that's where I started to dabble. I'm like, let me see if I can make lotion. Let me see if I can make lip balms, the edge controls and all these other things. And that's where it all started off for me. So I render the wax. So this is me up until 11 o'clock and so on at night, rendering the wax, straining it out. So by the morning it would set, so I can do what I have to do with it. And I started to research the ratios in which to the carrier oils, to the beeswax and the essential oils and their helpful properties to us, and that's where everything started off. I started with the lip balms. I gave it to one or two friends, and I realized they started to come back and ask for more. I'm like, okay. So I started with the lip balms, and then I'm like, okay, let me try with lotion. So I had a coworker, and she was like, my foot is always dry. I tried this lotion, I tried that lotion, and it never really worked. That now peaked it for me. I'm like, okay, I did research, and I hear beeswax is very good for holding moisture and retaining it within the skin. I said, let me try it and see. So there is me trying it with the lotion again, researching how to do it. I tried it, and she came back. and came back. And I'm realizing, okay, this is working. So by right, Mechanics is actually an amalgamation of businesses, right? So it's actually an enterprise. So I do mechanical work, apicultural work, which is beekeeping. And as a result of people showing their interest in these products, I've now launched S is Essential as well. So that's where
the name Mechanic came from.
right. Now the name Mechanics, only one or two persons would have gotten it. So I'm a beekeeper and I'm a mechanic. So for you to understand how bees work, you have to know what they do at what certain time. And just like in mechanics, you have to know how the vehicle works. If you don't have enough air, enough pressure, it doesn't operate as it should. So you have to understand the two of them together. So I'm like, hey, put the two of them together. So I'm a mechanic and a beekeeper that understands how both works. You understand? So it's an amalgamation in between the two.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's how I launched out into this. So what I have here is presently the lotion and the lip balms. The other products that I would have mentioned, they're there, but they're still presently under research and development.
Okay. You care to mention any of them?
Not yet, not yet, not yet,
That is a secret.
not yet.
No problem. So Blossom,
Yes.
there are wide array of products on the table.
Yes, they
You
are.
mentioned the passion fruit chutney. What else can you tell us about these products that are so nicely packaged on here?
I have two other chutneys as well. I have papaya and pineapple. What
Papaya
and
papaya
pineapple. Yes. I also have candied ginger.
Interesting.
So
Candied ginger.
candied ginger. I first actually started and created a stewed ginger, so in a liquid form.
Interesting.
Yeah, stewed. So the thinly sliced and stewed down in its own little syrup. So for those who are brave, you can just eat a slice like that from time to time. It's very soothing. It's good for you. It's healthy. Yes, there's a bit of sugar, but
The ginger
yes.
is very good, but how about the sugar content?
Pardon?
How much sugar content is in there?
Well, you do have to put quite a bit of sugar in it to ensure that it can conserve it, first of all, and give it the consistency that it needs. The plus of having it in a stewed format is that you can actually take a spoonful and pour a hot cup of water onto it and get a cup of ginger tea. Yes, so there are different ways to utilize it. Majority of what I create are like condiments, so it's something that you can eat with something.
Okay.
So even if you don't eat it by itself like this, it's something that you can actually add to your breakfast, to your porridge. For people who eat yogurt, for your ice cream, something sweet. Just the syrup itself, you can use it as a sweetener for your tea, things like that.
No,
So,
I'm a porkitarian, and I'm just here wondering how that passion fruit chutney would go with a nice piece of pork chop.
Okay.
I would recommend the passion fruit or the pineapple.
Pineapple.
Yes, in all honesty, both would give it that lovely kick. Yes, very much so.
I challenge Mr. Burnett to start producing the beef products. Since I don't eat pork.
You don't?
I don't.
there you
I
go.
do. I do apologize.
So I'm missing out on all the nice things that he spoke about last week about the pork. So yes, Blossom, you have other
Yes.
products here that we. This ginger. This is interesting. I have to try this one.
That is the stewed ginger.
the
Yes.
stewed ginger.
This here is a candied ginger. So in the
Candied
hard
ginger.
format. Yes.
Okay.
So little flakes
And what
that you
was the
can.
idea behind this one?
Being able to munch on a piece of ginger without having that huge harshness from it. Sometimes you want a piece of ginger mint, but once again, all that sugar, you want something that's just quick and simple, so you can just pop a piece or two in your mouth. But they're so tempting, I'm not gonna lie, that majority of the people eat off a whole pack or
before, right,
half.
That is it.
Yes.
That is the danger.
Yes, definitely. But what came from the candied ginger is, if you can reach right there at the end, one of the last packs for me. No, the last pack, yeah, right there. Is candied turmeric. Yes,
Candied turmeric.
yes, candied turmeric.
So you're using So we have candied ginger and candied turmeric, two of the very recommended health products.
Yes.
So
Would you like to try?
while you're enjoying a taste of the sweets, you also
Trying to
make
balance
sure you do something good for the body.
Yes. And
Great.
for making the turmeric, the candied turmeric, I've also made a turmeric syrup.
Wow.
Yes. You can see the richness in the color
Yeah.
and all. And it's actually lovely on top of ice cream.
Really?
Honestly, I was very surprised, but the turmeric syrup on top of ice cream is amazing. The flavor that pops from it.
And what are the use would you have for it? What are the other uses?
I actually
apart
tend
from
to just add a bit to my tea in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Same thing sometimes with the flakes. I can just add a few pieces to my hot cup of water and just.
So even though these things are tantalizing our taste buds, they actually help
some health
good for
Yes,
the body.
they do have some
Health benefits.
definitely.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful, wonderful.
I've been enjoying my time in the kitchen.
I see that.
Definitely. I also have candied pineapple.
Candied pineapple.
Yes, which is right here.
This
in
one.
front of you. Yeah.
Candied pineapple.
And everything is made on the stovetop.
And the stovetop.
Everything.
And all your products
From
are
scratch.
locally
Local.
sourced.
Yes. My pineapple
Beautiful.
is a mix of Antigua black pine and Antigua red crab pine. Did you know we had a
Okay.
second type of pineapple?
No,
I know that we have about 3 types of pineapple. The Antigua Black,
We have crab
the
pine.
Parson Brown, that was the name. There's another one, something brown.
Okay, I don't know that one.
And the one that you mentioned, I just learned about that one recently.
Yes, same here. So that's usually, those are the 2 types of pineapples I would use, just depending on what is available.
At the
Yes.
moment.
So, but everything is local. Everything is locally grown, from the peppers and the onions that I use in the chutneys. Same thing. I try as much as possible to source from local farmers. Yes. We have so much here that's available. And
This is great.
quality that we have is definitely yes.
The quality of our fruits is tops. I never forget a gentleman from Israel, when they used to run the melon farm at Place Village. He said to me that Antigua has the best climate to grow any products,
It's true.
any kind of agricultural products. And he said, contrary to what people saying that Antigua don't get enough rainfall, he said we do get enough rainfall to produce quality agriculture that we could even export. And he mentioned Israel, which is a desert, and they're able to grow food and export because they master the drip irrigation process. And that's one of the things he introduced to Antiguan farmers. So, yeah, all food products are fantastic
Definitely.
compared to the rest. So, Jamal, tell us some more about your skin products and
well, just like how my counterpart, she said everything is sourced locally. Everything here is local as well. Aside from the vitamin E oil, everything else is locally sourced. From the oils, I use coconut oils from local
Okay.
producers here. I use, beeswax that I myself render from my hives. And so it's basically just an amalgamation of beeswax, the carrier oil, essential oils, and the vitamin E oil. Now the vitamin E oil is the conservative. It conserves the emulsion so it doesn't become rancid. Right? So you use the vitamin E oils as a form of protectant for it. And everything here, as I said, it's local. What else can I say about it? The beeswax, I would say it's prime or it's top tier, because, and the reason why I can say that, because I handle it from its inception to the end product. So it doesn't come from anyone else, but I can tell you through every process what happens to it. So the rendering process is a bit arduous and it's a bit long, so that you have to melt the wax, you have to strain the wax. But I melt my wax 3 times and strain them 3 times just for purification purposes, right? After I do that, it is then melted again through a double boiling system, and then I add my other mixtures of the carrier oil, the vitamin E oil, and the essential oils to the mixture, and then I let it set. After it sets, it becomes a little firm, and then that's when I emulsify it.
Okay.
Right? After the emulsifying procedure, I just bottle it and it's ready for use. You understand?
Okay.
The same thing with the lip balm. The process is similar. It's just that the beeswax, it's melted again, but in smaller amounts, and then we just meter it out into 0.5 tubes, which are these things here that we have in front, and it allows for easier use, and it looks more international, because when you think of a lip balm, everybody knows the tube.
Yeah.
Right? So you put it into the tube, and some people, literally, the first person that tried it, they're like, where you got this? I'm like, I made it. They're like, you made this here? I'm like, yes, it's made right here. You know, so it's the packaging that kind of caught them, and it kind of took off thereafter.
So where are some of the places you can source your product?
Well, for right now, it's directly to me.
Directly from
Directly
you.
to me.
Okay.
As I said, it just, when I said just recently started, just as the country opened up from COVID, that's when I initially launched it. Right? So presently, at the moment, I'm still in the, if you want to call it, the baby phase, and I'm still in the testing and trial. Even though I know that I like the product I'm putting out and producing, there's always room for improvement, and I'm just working towards that presently. But we've worked along with Smokey KTs, and that's another person, Kelvin Burnett. He's one guy. If you have any doubt in your mind that you can't do anything at all, he will push you and harass you.
Positive.
You understand?
Positive
He will
mindset.
push
That's
you and
great.
he will harass you. And so he was like, mate, you're already making the stuff. Anyway, I want that in my Father's Day package. Make me some. You understand?
Yeah.
And that's how we've been working in tandem with one another, even to now getting forward.
And that's really great. I mean, because with that teamwork comes many benefits. So
Right. It really does.
it's refreshing to hear that you guys are working together. You're producing quality products and you're working together, pooling your resources. That's wonderful.
Right.
Yeah. So Blossom,
Yes.
yeah, tell us some more about the other products that you have here.
Well, would you guys like to try what we've discussed so
Oh, sure.
Yes?
Sure.
So what would you like to start with? I have the turmeric here.
The turmeric.
Yes. So this is the candied turmeric. Now it usually comes packaged with some pineapple. This is the candied pineapple, because the flavor of the turmeric for some people is a bit strong. Yes. So the pineapple is there to kind of give it a light balance.
I know turmeric has a very strong flavor, but this is
It's not too
Mellow.
bad.
wait no.
You'll get it a bit more towards the end, but yes. And that is the candied pineapple. They come separate, but there are some
Interesting.
packages, with, as I said, with the turmeric. For some, I package it out with the candied pineapple so that you can get, or to soothe that little aftertaste.
I actually do like that.
This is
Not
nice.
bad, right?
This is
Yeah.
very nice.
Thank you.
Mr. Producer, you're missing out.
This here is the candied ginger. Yes.
I'll leave some of the pineapple for that.
It's all for you. You can enjoy it when you'd like.
Candied
Yes,
ginger.
so that's a candied ginger. As I said, the idea of being able to just bite into the piece instead of the ginger mint. Yeah.
So when did you conceive all these ideas, Blossom?
I just started this a few months ago. Yes.
This is interesting.
Until it tastes just like a mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a mint taste. Very refreshing.
And it's just right. It just gives you the right kick. So you have a little packet in the car or in your bag, and you just need a little something to,
The munch on.
yes, munch on, you're good to go.
Interesting.
So these are
I like the candy
candies.
ginger.
You like the candy ginger a bit more?
Yeah, this is really
I don't really
nice.
like ginger like that, you know.
And that is the thing. A lot of people don't eat, well, they don't like ginger necessarily in tea, or they're afraid to chew a piece
Because it's
so
strong.
harsh. So this is an easier way
But
to.
this is nice. This
Yes.
is really
And
nice.
even for kids, my daughter actually is quite fond of the candy ginger,
Mm,
which
how
I'm
is she?
surprised. Yeah, she's doing very well.
Good.
Yes, she's 10 going on 11. So at that stage. All right, now this here is my papaya chutney.
Papaya chutney.
Yes.
You really like the kitchen boy.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you. So do you still teach,
Pardon?
Blossom? Do you still teach?
Part-time, yes.
Part-time.
Part-time. I'm still teaching part-time. So this here, let me take out the napkin for you guys.
You must be excellent at time management to be doing all of this and still.
My only secret is to keep trying and keep going. Yes. So this is the papaya chutney.
Is it spicy?
Yes, it is.
Spicy.
You can manage the cake.
I like spice. So.
Sorry there.
I don't like spicy.
Oh,
Oh,
that's the papaya.
I love this. That's a nice kick. Strong pepper flavor.
Yeah. And all local peppers.
Mm,
That's all we do, local.
wow.
That's pineapple.
Yeah.
That is the pineapple one.
Mm.
Not bad, right?
This is even nicer than the. I like the kick.
Of
Has
course.
pepper again?
Of course. It's chutney. Chutney is supposed to have a kick. Come on, guys. Yes. The pineapple's nice, right?
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Thank
Well,
you.
when I say it's not bad,
Thank
I mean
you. It's
pertaining
not
to the
too.
food.
Now here, this we have to definitely try. This one here is the passion fruit.
That's passion fruit chutney.
Yeah. That one. You're most welcome.
I think I like this the best.
Because it's sweet.
Not so much because it's sweet.
The little
It
kick
has
that
this
comes with it.
nice blend of a flavor. The pepper
And the fruity.
and the fruity taste.
The balance
Nice.
is so, yeah. So now,
So who helped you put together all of this, Blossom?
myself.
Really?
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
I love to create. As I said, I'm always in the kitchen. So for me, this is something that's just,
Wow.
this is a tamarind. This one here is not out as yet. This is something new. And yes, this one has a kick too. Yes, it is.
All of them are chutney.
Yes. So I have a line of chutneys. I do a banana rum sauce too.
The tamarind is nice too, but I really like the passion fruit.
The passion fruit.
The
Yeah.
passion fruit chutney is,
Yes. Yes.
wow, it's a fantastic array of products.
Thank you so much. And as I said, they're all condiments, so they're all things that can be eaten or served with something.
With other
it's not
stuff.
something that you're looking to eat by yourself. If you want to try that's the banana rum sauce. Banana rum sauce, once again, goes well with ice cream, on top of pancakes, on top of banana bread. This one is yours. So, and then same thing with the syrups. You know, now there's this whole trend with fried chicken with syrup on top of it. Well, I make a basil syrup, I make a mint, a ginger, a turmeric, passion fruit, pretty much everything that I utilize. I can.
Kelvin would like to hear that, I believe. So you could put in his smoked chicken.
Yes. So, and during Christmas, I make a sorrel syrup and a sorrel chutney. So, yes, looking forward to
Wow.
the Christmas season.
It's
a
hard
bit
to
far, but
keep
still.
track. This is a lot.
And that's why I said I have to limit myself. So I have to stick to.
So how can the public source these products?
At this present time, you can find me on Facebook or on Instagram. You can also contact me at 728-8711 and place orders. I do not have my items in store as yet, but that is what I'm working towards.
Okay.
But I am producing because even though they're not out as yet, the demand is already there,
High.
which is, yes.
That was going to be my follow-up question. When that started to happen, how would you be able to manage doing all this by yourself? I'm sure it's a lot of work.
Oh,
putting
hands-on.
together all
I
this.
will definitely be able by then to have more hands-on and assistance. Summer coming up, so not as much teaching time, be able to
Well,
yes,
that's true. Summer
prep
coming around the
supplies
corner.
and all of that. So yes, definitely.
I was gonna ask you. These are products that has good
They
long
have a
shelf
good,
life.
They have a good long shelf life, and once they're kept in the fridge, definitely because of our climate, they will
Yeah.
definitely last even
They're
longer.
good to go.
So, but yes.
Well, we're going to take another break now to recognize our platinum sponsors. And our platinum sponsors are as follows. ACB Caribbean, Simply Smarter Banking. For over 43 years, ACB has been partnering with Antigua Parish League Cricket. So for all your banking and financial needs, we ask that you stop in and visit ACB today. Seco Pharmacy. For all your medical and pharmaceutical needs, it's Seco Pharmacy, your one-stop vitality store to keep the body in a healthy and vibrant state. And they are located on the corner of High and Temple Street. And last but not least, Plumbing Electrical Limited, with a wide assortment of plumbing and electrical fittings, whether your needs are wholesale or retail. Plumbing Electrical Limited has the quality and quantity to meet your expectation. Plumbing Electrical, they're located in the Potters and Herberts community. Yeah, so for the future, Blossom,
Yes.
let me start with you. What's the plans for these products? And have you had dialogue with the supermarkets in our area? And
Not as yet. As
and
I
the
said,
hotels?
just starting. Well, yes, let me take that back. I have approached supermarkets in English Harbor. I am from that end of the island, but because the season has more or less come to an end,
Yes.
they're not fully looking to take on
stuff.
new items at this time. But hopefully once season is back on September, I will be down on that end. So yes. So as I said, slowly I am trying to get myself out in the supermarket and on the shelves so I can be out there.
Well, these are fantastic products.
Thank you very
online
much.
here.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
what are involved in these packets here now?
That is the same candied pineapple.
Oh,
So
the
it comes in
candied is-
different,
is-
yes, it comes in different
It's
packaging.
packaged differently.
Yes.
This is rather nice.
So these are resealable packages, so they're easy to carry around. Even when you're traveling, sometimes you want to have a little pack of something or just a little gift. This is a bit neater and easier to just pick up.
Very nice. And the name?
Thank you.
Fuse it?
Yes. It's a fusion of just Caribbean flavors that are there to tantalize your taste buds. So something simple and catchy. Yes.
And these are this
These-
line.
These are the syrups.
Syrups.
Yes, these are the syrups. I have a
Okay,
basil.
so what do we have here?
I have a basil, a pineapple, ginger, passion fruit, and turmeric.
Brands. How are these used?
Once again, you can utilize them to, you can add them to your ice cream, desserts, just keep, or yogurt or for those. That is in the works. That's already in the back of my head, working on a few recipes, actually, yes. So,
Clearly, Antigua has talent. So, what's the next move for Blossom and Fuse It?
getting into the supermarkets and just, yeah, making the public aware of my products and what we have. Local products need to be out on the shelves and out there for the public.
And if folks online want to sample some of these goodies that you have here,
That's always possible.
how would you make that possible?
Well, they just have to get in touch with me. As I said, my social media pages, either Facebook or Instagram, or you, as I said, you can contact me at 728-8711. You can utilize WhatsApp as well.
This is great. Mr. Philip, back over to you. What can the public expect from Mechanic in the future?
What they can expect as it pertains to this avenue.
This avenue.
As in, by the end of the year, I'm hoping to have more products. Not only more products, but even more of a public awareness, or even a public presence, actually. The reason for that is a lot of the things that are coming from, and I'll say it loosely, overseas, we may not know exactly what is in it. Sometimes for me, I read the back of the label, and I'm reading diiodine something, or dimexidus and something, and I'm just wondering, what are all these things?
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
for me, simple is always better. I was saying, the simplest of things is the greatest complexity to it. And the simpler we can keep it, the better for us. So using things that are created or given to us from the earth and just formulating it with not tainting it at all, I believe that would be better for us. So the aim with this is that by the end of the year we'll have a better presence and be able to produce more affordable products that everyone can get and utilize, and they'll feel a sense of national pride, I should say, as you know everything is coming
From Antigua. From Antigua. And I'm glad that you hit that chord, because that's one of the things that I want to expound on to our public, to focus on buying local, because a lot of the products that are being produced locally are top quality products that
Very
can
much so.
compare with products anywhere. I tasted Mr. Thomas wine last week, and I'm still blown away by the quality.
that's being produced.
Yes. So we know we have the gift, and we have the talents that produce these things. All that our folks need is some financial backing to expand.
Definitely. And then more
And-
exposure as well.
And I'm hoping that somewhere along the line, the government will find it necessary to provide that kind of financial support for our creative artisans. Because I'm telling you, from what I've seen over the past couple of weeks, I'm totally impressed with what we have produced, or what we are producing, and what we are capable of producing here in Antigua.
I'm actually glad you hit that chord as it pertains to I'm actually glad that you hit that chord and stated about finances. In any form of business, that is the major issue. If you don't have finances, that will cripple you. You know, so I mean, especially as you spoke about government entities assisting and so on. For me, I like to be independent, and I would like to get the assistance, and I wouldn't mind that. But sometimes you could work within ourselves, and I think what that does, it gives, well, for me, I can say, it seems like it's a long ways off, but that long way that it takes gives you the time to make final tweaks and make it better, so that by the time you reach to the end product, you don't have to worry about what's out there, you know. So for me it kind of goes two ways, but I mean the assistance would always be greatly appreciated, you know. I just enjoy the journey getting there.
But what I always say, if you produce quality on a consistent basis, you won't have to worry.
And that is
Correct.
true.
See,
That is true.
the key is to keep up the standard and to be consistent with it. Once you do that,
You could
you'll
do
have
it.
repeat guests all
All the
the
time.
It's just
That
as
is
simple
true.
as that.
And the word will spread.
Oh,
The word
most
will
definitely.
spread.
A word of mouth. I mean, I'm telling you,
It's the best way.
I know that folks are still giving kudos to Mr. Burnett about his bacon, which is top quality. And the consistent feedback that I'm getting about his bacon is that, you know, typically when you put bacon in a frying pan or whatever it is, sometime by the time you finish
Nothing
doing it, you have very little to eat.
Definitely.
From the reports I'm getting about his bacon, you don't get that kind of situation. What you lose is very little. So you have most of the bacon to enjoy.
Right.
So I'm hoping that in the near future we're able to mass produce these things so that the circulation of goods and products in Antigua would generate the economic benefits that will accrue to everybody. And everybody will benefit. The customers will get a better price,
Better
we'll be
quality.
eating better quality, and the money circulates in
Within the
Antigua.
economy, right?
Definitely.
So it's all good. And I'm looking forward to Father's Day. Maybe, Jamal, you could tell us a little bit about the plans that you guys have for Father's Day, which is this week, Sunday.
Right, this is the 19th of June. It's slated as Father's Day. So, as I initially told you, Mr. Bernard, he's the mastermind, the mega man behind all of this.
Yeah.
So, a lot of us, we are all friends or partners, if we can say.
Partners.
Right? So, what it is, he came out, he's like, look, your lip balm's ready? I'm like, yeah, they're always ready. Okay, no problem. He went, he asked Jamal. Jamal was ever ready. He went and he asked Griffith, Deshaun. He was ready, and he went, and I think he asked these Divine Creations as well. And what he's doing, he's just supporting all of us and accumulating all local products into that box.
And I'm
So-
telling you, I'm looking forward to my package.
And I mean, everything here is local, right?
Everything.
So Deshaun, his peppers, like Deshaun and I were like brothers, right? We're like brothers. So even up to not last Sunday, but the Sunday before, we were bottling peppers, and trust me, that wasn't a pleasant. That wasn't a pleasant. No. Because if you know me,
Involved.
not the work, I don't like pepper at all.
Oh, you don't like pepper?
You understand? So
You're the opposite to me.
right, I don't like it at all. So when you realize the work that goes into it and how much of attention he has to pay to making the pepper, it gives you an appreciation of it. With Burnett, from the inception, I've been with Burnett. I even helped him carry wood, smoke chicken, and all those other things. And there's this certain temperature, and he's so dedicated. His Saturday would be holistically set aside just for that on a whole.
I like his
Jamal-
energy and I like his mindset.
Jamal, he's little. Well, he's not so little, but he quiet, and he just produces. Right? He'll just call me and say, "Yo, what you do?" "No, nothing. Check me out." When I go by him, there's small little bottles, nice and chilled. Taste that. Taste it. I'm like, "Yo, this good." Brought up. Next couple of weeks, you see him producing bottles. So he's just supporting all of us and
I
trying to give us-
like the way you guys coordinate with each other.
and try and get it out there. You know, each one help one, and that's what we've been doing.
And that's
going forward.
what I like about what you guys doing. Well, let Mr. Burnett know that my package, I'm looking forward to my chicken instead of
The pork.
The pork. So I've never had his chicken. I look forward to sampling it. in my Father's Day package. So,
Well, you'll be getting one of my treats as well in the package.
oh, well, I look forward to all of that because, I mean, what you guys are doing are fantastic. And I'm hoping that somewhere along the line, you guys will get the joy down the road. And when I say get the joy, in terms of supplying Antigua with all these products, so that everybody benefits. The customers, yourself, the farmers from which you source your products, everybody, teamwork, enjoying a bit of the pie. I really look forward to that. So,
June 19th, look out.
Yes.
June 19th,
Get your package.
guys,
Get your packages, right?
if I can say anything about the products, all the products that I've sampled so far, that will be part of that package, except for the ham. I don't eat ham. I don't eat bacon. Are fantastic products. The wine and the pepper sauce are tops, and then I just sampled some of the products here from Blossom. Fuse it, top quality. I don't know about Jamal lip balm, but I can only
Don't worry, man. We get some samples after, man.
yeah. So, guys, well, not only the guys, mothers and daughters and sons out there who supporting fathers for Father's Day, make sure you buy a package, and you will enjoy what Antigua has to offer. Real quality stuff. And I look forward to it, and I hope you are as well. So, Blossom, I have to come back to you, because I knew you from St. Nicholas School as a teacher
Yes, yes.
in that capacity. And what I'm trying to figure out is how and where you're able to manage and find the time to do all this production. Because this must be a whole lot of work to do these things here.
It is. It takes a bit of time, I can't lie. As you were saying, just prepping the bottles sometimes, making sure that the flavors, everything are balanced out. Then you have the packaging, the labeling, everything. It does take a lot of time. Time management is definitely something that.
So you also produce the labels for these products?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
You source the labels?
Yes, I source the labels here. They're printed locally by Graphic Inks. I have worked very closely with them, and they are amazing. I cannot complain. Everything that I've ever asked from Graphic Inks, I've always been able
They
to.
deliver.
Yes, always. But yes, my daughter does help. My daughters help a bit with the labeling of my packages and everything, but I mainly stick to the prepping of but one batch, 2 batches a day, depending on what the items are.
Okay.
But everything's made on the stove top, so
I was just going to ask you, what sort of machinery do you have at home to produce these stuff?
everything's done on the stove top.
Stovetop.
Yeah. The ginger, the pineapple, turmeric, everything is sliced by hand. Yes. That is the most time consuming, is the slicing of.
Sliced by hand.
Yes. So,
But if and when you're going to mass produce these,
then machinery will
you would have
be,
to
yes,
think about
involved.
machinery.
Definitely. Oh yes. But I'm still able to, I must say, I'm still capable of producing a good amount by hand for now. So.
Yeah, the public, you need to get your hands on some of these products. I can attest by sampling some of these products here that they're tops. The passion fruit chutney is a hit for me. Yeah. So please get in touch with Blossom and source some of these wonderful products they have here in display. Jamal, what sort of machinery are involved in your product making?
Well, it's just basically the two wonderful hands the Lord has given me at this present moment. Aside from my apicultural tools, like my hive tool and all those other things, as it pertains to the producing of these, it's just basically a pot with boiling water, a sterilized bowl, which is a stainless steel bowl, and as she said, she spoke about the bottles, just preparing these containers. It takes
Time
right,
consuming.
and when you're doing like 50 at a time, it's for you to go through and one, take it out, then sterilize the covers, then you have to wait for them to dry because you don't want to put anything inside that you'll get.
Yeah.
So you have to wait until, so it takes a lot of time, and then the beating process that you would have to do to make this into the emulsification, that takes a bit of a time as well too. So a lot of the times you're just there and you know,
Sizing.
humble beginnings.
I know.
You know, humble
But
beginnings.
this must be a passion for you
Yeah,
guys
I
to
do.
be able to invest so much time into producing that product. I mean,
Yeah, it's the love, because just taking simple products and making them into something this complex, it's great for me. And when you get those, I'm sure, but like today, when she heard, wow, this tastes good, that just sends shivers down your spine. For me, it makes me go home and say, what's the next thing I can do now? You
Well,
know, but you have to sometimes kind of cap it and work with it, you know.
well, that's the whole idea about the statement I made earlier about producing quality on a consistent basis.
Yes.
Once you get those two things
Down.
pat, you don't have to worry. Your products will sell itself.
Definitely.
You know, so that is the key. But again, if you plan for the future to mass produce, how do you plan to take that other step?
Well, to take that other step, it would have to be me getting loans, or if there are other ways that I can accrue funds, as in like the EDP project, Entrepreneurship Development Fund, the EDF. That was one avenue I was looking at, but there are some avenues I haven't quite met as yet, and areas like that are some of the things that I was looking at. But in making skincare products, you'd have to have like a room set aside, holistically set aside for that. You don't want to be doing, let's say, honey inside there. It's holistically just set aside just for that. So presently, where I'm doing it in my house, when I'm going to do that, it's like a whole day that I clean down that area and get it ready and cover everything with sheets and all these other things, just to make sure that I'm sterile as much as I possibly can. And when you're going through, you know, normal things, your gloves and all these other BSI protections that you put on, so that you don't, what you call it, contaminate the product that you're making as well too. you
Right.
know?
I circulated a product recently to some of your colleagues from UNESCO.
UNESCO, okay.
It's a project that speak about funding Caribbean. I think they're talking about investing about 3 million euros. But I think you have to register online and listen to the podcast, and then I imagine you'll make your application.
Right.
I'll probably circulate it to you guys.
That's
I
no
think I
problem.
sent it to
Bernard.
and a couple of the folks that I've had on the show before. Because if you guys can get the funding to continue produce the good stuff that you're producing here, I think Antigua would be smiling
Yeah, it will.
because of the quality of the products that I've sampled so far. I mean, it's great for the public, great for Antigua, and great for you guys. So in the 5 minutes that we have to wrap up, anything that you guys would want to share with the public? Starting with you, Blossom.
Well, I would like to thank Mr. Simon for having me here this evening. It's been a pleasure. I want to thank you for sampling and giving your feedback on my items. And I hope that sooner rather than later the public will be aware of my products, candies, jams, chutneys, sugars, and syrups, and be able to enjoy them as much as you have this evening.
I'm telling you,
So that is my hope, definitely.
I really, really
My
enjoy
goal.
that.
I'm presently, what I'd have to say is just look out. Just remember the face because I'll be coming back to you shortly. You know, just in the preparatory phase. And we're just here to produce natural and local products that we all can be proud of. We can be proud of, and you know, have that Antiguan pride that look, this is coming from Antigua, and we don't only plan to just leave it here in Antigua, but if we can also
export
get it
further.
abroad as well too. So
that-
those are some of the things in the distant
Distant future.
but presently just to try to make a public presence.
To expand after you are able to satisfy the Antiguan
Antigua,
public, you want to reach out further field, Caribbean and even extra regional.
That's correct.
Great. In terms of the Father's Day product on Sunday, you guys have a specific location that you're going to be, or you plan to deliver or distribute to folks?
Well,
So how do you plan to go about it?
I believe it would be delivered because reason why I say that it's he's been sending out some forms that you fill out, right? And I believe it's stipulated on that form how you will collect it. So if it is a case that you want to come and collect it, you can, or if it's a case you want it to be delivered, I think that is there. But Bernard would be the best person since he's the spearheading person of this all.
I'll have to check with him
Right.
later because I'm looking forward to my package,
With
my
your chicken.
Father's Day package, really and truly, because like I said before, all the products that I've sampled, the pepper sauce, the wine, well, I'm yet to sample yours, but
Just now.
the chutneys here, I mean, I look forward to the package. I really do look forward to it.
Oh yes, yes, I do have a contact now,
Time.
right? What's that?
Yeah,
Right, there's a
I-
No, there's still time.
You can reach me. You can reach me at 789-4113. That's also, that number is also WhatsAppable as well. So you can WhatsApp me your information if you need as well. Number is 789-4113, and we can have discussions from there and we go forward, placing your orders or whatsoever it may be.
Great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure having you again on the Parish League podcast. We look forward to having you join us next week, God's willing. We want to express thanks to Blossom Matthew and Jamal Phillip for taking the opportunity to come and showcase their products. And guys, I hope that the public will patronize you at the appropriate time and place. And I look forward to sampling some more of the products that are produced here. Thanks again for listening in. This is Trevor Simple Simon, your host, signing out.